we start today in Puerto Rico, where the mission of preventing accidents among drunk drivers has become a new entity established from a chapter in the island and will impact a diverse program to children and the youth. Our Francis Felix reports.
New campaign is launched to prevent accidents and deaths by drunk drivers. Established more than 40 years ago at the national level to get off the roads drunk drivers, Mothers Against Drunk Driving now has a chapter in Puerto Rico. Given the increase in loss of life in accidents with drunk drivers, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, a non-profit entity, recently established a chapter in Puerto Rico with the mission of eradicating driving under the influence of alcohol, drugs, preventing underage drinking, and supporting the victims of this violent crime. In April of this year, the new chapter was formed. The executive director explained the mission and need of this chapter in the island.
Our mission is to end drug driving, so for us to have implemented these programs in Puerto Rico, we hope it will be a future of no more driving under the influence. These programs we're going to teach in schools and non-schools organizations. So we will be talking with students and with parents about the consequences of using alcohol. And that's very important because you always say don't use alcohol, don't drink and drive, but you don't tell the youth what are the consequences. And the parents, we show the parents how to have those intentional and ongoing conversations. So they will be, looking for rules in their house and having those conversations with their kids about do not go, when drinking and driving, don't do it, and to prevent their other students from doing it. We want to prevent underage drinking, and being able to go to corporations and having them hear us, it has been very important to us also.
MAD offers a variety of prevention programs to promote the healthy development of youth and adults. The attorney assured that the organization's goal is to impact the largest possible Puerto Rican population.
MAD Puerto Rico has 3 campaigns. One of the campaigns is driving under the influence. So throughout all the year, we are reaching out by various forms, telling people that drink and drive do not match. So that's one of them. And then the other programs we have, it's Power of Parents and Power of Youth, that were the ones that I described earlier. So all of our manuals are in the internet, as I said, mad.org. You can reach us at our phone number, 787-592-3367. You can also see our page, Facebook, MAD Puerto Rico, and on Instagram, mad.puerto and we are more willing to go to your organization, go to your school, go to your company, and have our presentations for the people there can know to prevent underage drinking and driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs.
One of 3 fatalities on the public roads in the island are caused by drunk drivers. One of the goals of this chapter is to have in Puerto Rico a victim service advocate. So they urge the enterprises to donate so they will be able to offer this service. Reporting from Atorrey, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix.
All right, thank you, Francis. So many times, Trinidad and Tobago's acting police commissioner, McDonald Jacob, says there will be a heavy law enforcement presence to prevent a repeat of the protest and rioting that occurred in the country's capital following police shootings. On Monday, protesters burned tires and blocked roads in retaliation for the shooting death of 4 people by police last weekend. 8 people were arrested in connection with the unrest. Commissioner Jacob said investigations into the police shootings that sparked the protest, those are continuing. In the meantime, he said law enforcement officials will maintain order.
The police, together with the defense force, remain steadfast and will be on the various corners, streets, and byways to ensure that this incident doesn't reoccur. The police stands for the rule of law, and the matter is under investigation by the Senior Superintendent, Mr. Brandon John. The officers involved were in fact placed on desk duty as we go about this investigation. At some stage, as the investigation go along, the Professional Standards Bureau may be required to join in the investigation. And as you're all aware, that the Police Complaints Authority has that overarching responsibility in spite of the police investigation to do an investigation, and that is being conducted and being active at this point in time.
Now, meantime, speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, the National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines denied the incident on Monday was an indication of the failure of the police service's intelligence services.
Those who instigate and encourage and feel they could benefit from that kind of activity, including criminality, might want to think so. But I give you the assurance, Madam Speaker, that was not the case. The intelligence agencies were on top of it and will continue so to do.
Well, switching gears now, more plastic-free, zero-waste grocery stores are now starting to pop up in various areas. Anthony Pura has more today about the difference they're looking to make and how they're catching on with other shoppers.
The Mighty Bin Market offers groceries without the prepackaged plastic. Isabel De Milan opened the zero-waste, plastic-free grocery store in San Diego as an option for environmentally conscious consumers like her.
I tried really hard to go to regular grocery stores and find things not in packaging, as well as non-toxic products, and it was just such a mission to find.
But in here, customers can find many traditional grocery items, as well as personal care and household products. They're stored in large bins and glass dispensers, meaning shoppers will need one of these to put them in. Customers can buy jars from the store. They can get a donated one or bring their own, which can then be reused and refilled. While many grocery stores like this one are starting to pop up across the country, it's still very niche. Corey Chafin is a food industry consultant.
I think you could see more coming up in certain geographic areas where you have high urban density and you have a consumer who's willing to go through a greater degree of inconvenience for that.
He says the biggest hurdle zero-waste, plastic-free grocery stores face is changing consumer behavior.
Though you may intend to shop in a certain way, in practice you're going to go with what is most price effective and what's convenient for you.
It's just going to be a learning curve, but once you get a hang of it, people have told me they really enjoy this way of shopping. Plastic free.
De Milan believes it can catch on, hoping individual habits lead to collective change.